Hi friends, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and today we're looking at this Zoom par from ADJ, the Encore 12ZIP. And we're going to talk about a couple things today as the haze starts to get in here a little bit. The first is, why in the world do you need a Zoom par? Like, who does it really make sense for? And then the next question is, what do we think of this one? Right? So let's talk about it. So the ADJ Encore 12ZIP is a pretty cool Zoom par. It does a couple things that are unique. The first is that it's got RGB line mixing. So I've just got an app on my phone here, the City Theatrical DMX Cat device. Great testing device. And we can look red, we can add the green to it. We can see how that looks in the air. The blue, and then the lime. When they're all at full, we really get a nice neutral white. It's a little hot, but it's fairly neutral. If we look at it on a surface, such as this LED wall, we can see it's a really pretty nice white in terms of overall appearance, okay? If I go ahead and find, off the top of my head, the dimmer, we can pull that down. You can see, like, it's really a pretty nice white. And so that's the first thing about this par and about, not really about Zoom pars, but about lime pars, is when manufacturers add the lime LED to fixtures, it allows them to have better color rendering. The CRI number that a lot of people use is not really that great when it comes to LEDs. It's just not a great measurement. But this does have a fairly high CRI for pars. Zoom-wise, it can go from a nice narrow kind of pinpoint of a spot you see there, all the way to nice and wide. I forget the exact numbers, but we'll pop them on the screen. And you've got full color control, right? So you've got the RGB lime, but then there's all these colors you can make. I'm just flipping through the macro channel here of all the different colors that are kind of built in, right? So if I go pull the dimmer back up, go back to our colors, our virtual colors here, there's all sorts of colors we can get. We can look at it through the air. They all look nice. The beam itself looks nice going through the air. When we zoom it, just to show you that again, it zooms down and zooms back up nice and quickly, etc. So let's get down to brass tacks. Why could you need a Zoom par? Because essentially, I mean, like a lot of reviews I do on pars, wash lights, especially newer ones, you kind of look at it, you look at all the things it does, you listen to how loud it is. By the way, this one is silent, and you just go, all right, it does everything well. There's so many good models on the market today, and this is one of them. What makes this one unique? Well, the first is that the zoom is very fast, okay? That is great for lots of types of lighting, concerts, corporates, etc. Just having the ability to do a chase on the zoom and make it move quickly during a show can be really helpful. Who needs zoom in a par? Okay, so most of the pars that we sell at Learn Stage Lighting Gear, and I would gather that most of the pars that most people sell in the world of lighting are static. They have a static beam angle, right? They don't zoom. And that works great if you're always in the same kind of situation. There's kind of two places where I see zoom work really well. The first is, as you've seen here, as I've gone through it today, right? Being able to zoom quickly and be able to, relatively quickly change it, from not zoom to zoom like this can be cool in haze as a backlight, right? It's just a really cool effect to be able to do to any sort of music performance, worship service, whatever, where you have haze. You want to be able to get different looks, nice wide kind of cover everything, or nice and narrow looks cool in haze, anywhere in between, okay? The other place that a zoom par is good for, especially one like this that has really good color rendering, is as a versatile production company front light. So if you're a small or mid-sized production company or a large production company and you're looking for a par, something that you can use for bands, maybe for some corporates, some other stuff, use it as a front light. And you can use it, whether it's 5 feet in front of the musicians' faces and you take it all the way wide, or whether it's, probably 20, 30 feet away. And, it depends on your situation, but you should be able to zoom it in pretty nice and get a nice light at that distance from this par. And so those are kind of the two people that a par like this is really good for. What kind of sets this par apart is, one, it's got good knobs on the side. It does have the split yoke design, but it also has brackets to be able to attach an omega bracket to put multiple units together, or sometimes I believe there's some brackets for multi-unit that you can use. It has some screws on the front for some different accessories that you can put on the front, such as barn doors. It's silent, which is awesome if you do corporate stuff and things like that. In terms of course, it's waterproof, so you can use it outdoors, you can use it indoors, you can use it both places. It has, good quality True 1 input and throughputs, and 5-pin DMX, all waterproof. So if you use the waterproof XLR plugs, that's the kind of standard looking XLR plug, and then it has extra rubber around it, okay, then you're going to be good to go. The knobs on the side I do really like, even though I'm not always a fan of split yokes. It's what most fixtures have. The knobs on the side are really nice, really easy to use to get nice and tight so that when you've pointed it, it stays where you want it. So that's kind of a quick review, but that's kind of how pars go, right? Like, it's a fairly heavy fixture. It has a significant brightness to it, and the zoom aspect makes it versatile for anybody that does things in a variety of different venues, or maybe you just want the ability to zoom. I would say kind of the weak point of a fixture like this, including this one, is the fact that it's not a moving light, right? Like, it's obviously, probably half to a third of the cost of a good moving light with good color quality and the same zoom and the same brightness, etc. And so it's kind of a different use case there. But if you're looking for something that zooms and flashes and moves around, a moving wash light around the same price of this fixture, there are options on the market, including from like Eliminator from ADJ. You're just not going to have the same color quality, the same quality of light to it. These are more refined. They're a nicer light output. So there's always a solution for everyone. That's what I say. Is this the perfect light for everyone? No. But if you do live production, sometimes you're outside, sometimes you're not. You need a reliable, really well built, really good quality, silent par that you can deploy outside, inside, leave it outside for weeks at a time and not have to worry about it. Then you might want to look at this one, the LP12ZIP, yes, from ADJ. It's a good par, and like everything, we've got it at Learn Stage Lighting Gear. And if you think this might be a good fit for you, hey, reach out to us. We love to help people find just the perfect fit for their needs, and we would love to not only quote you on these pars if you're interested in them, but anything else you're looking for, we're your go-to experts to help you with anything lighting and AV over at LearnStageLightingGear.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.